Phones were once just tools that we used to communicate with other people. It made distance seem like a lost concept. Now, wherever you are on this planet, you can be reached with just a call. When Steve Jobs first introduced the iPhone to the world, our relationship with our phones changed forever. First, we read the news and listened to music on them. But gradually, we started shopping, watching videos, and even developing entirely new identities on social media.
Creator of Harvard's thefacebook.com.
Thefacebook.com.
The Facebook.
Now to Facebook.
500 million. That's the mind-boggling number of users Facebook hit this week.
Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg rang NASDAQ's opening bell on Friday morning from his headquarters in California, where he was cheered on by hundreds of employees.
Twitter.
Instagram has become a popular way to share the photos they take.
Instagram users upload more than 5 million photos every day.
So Snapchat is known as a platform for kids to share anything and sometimes everything with their friends without worrying about likes and...
A platform that supposedly brings people together should generate happiness, right? Well, we found everything on the contrary to be true. On average, teens today in the US spend 7 hours 22 minutes per day on screens, and 1 to 2 of those hours are spent on social media. Compared to in 2012, instead of an increase, we see a decrease in teenagers' face-to-face communication with friends, meaning they are spending more time alone than ever before. Although teens readily admit that social media distracts them from doing work and seeing their friends, they're also much more likely to say that social media has a positive rather than a negative effect on their feelings. This is a different situation for teens with low social well-being, however. Overwhelmingly, these teens are more lonely and depressed, and they often feel bad about not getting enough likes and feel left out when using social media. To dig deeper into the effects of social media, we asked 3 teenagers to get off their phones for 1 week and document their feelings. The rules were as follows. For 5 days, they cannot use their phones or log into any social media platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. Gaming, texting, and any general communication with friends and family is allowed.
Describe myself. Okay. Well, my name is Justin Lee. I'm 16 years old. I go to Harvard Westlake. I'm a junior. I'm a tennis player. Korean American.
I go to Harvard Westlake. I'm 17 years old. I'm a junior. I run cross country and I play saxophone.
Hi, I'm Taylor. I'm a junior in high school right now. I go to the Chapin School in New York. I live in Manhattan. I'm 16. I think that's about it.
In all honesty, probably like at least 5 to 6 hours a day, because I feel like it probably all just adds up.
I definitely use it like mostly just for like social media. Like I basically use and have every like social media, like form of social media. Yeah. So I would say I use it like a pretty decent amount.
I think something like, according to the screen time, like 7 or something. Yeah.
I'm not attached to it because I want to be attached to it, I guess. It's not really like I'm attached to the specific content that I'll find on these social media websites, nor is it like it's my main mode of communication with people. It's just that for some reason, scrolling through social media feeds or clicking through YouTube videos, useless YouTube videos, it's just become such an ingrained sort of thing in my daily routine as a way to pass my time.
Well, my parents like really never monitored my like social media presence, or they were never like the type of parents to like take my phone away when I was younger.
Right.
Like, they really didn't mind me I think I made my Instagram account when I was in 4th grade. So it's been a while since I've been using social media.
I'm more attached than I'd like to be. I'm pretty attached.
Only in marginal ways. I would say cost of social media probably outweighs its benefits for me. I suppose it's small benefits comes in the form of like a few funny posts that I'll see, or just to see what's going on in my friends' lives, because sometimes I don't get the chance to talk to them that much, so that's nice. On YouTube, sometimes I'll find a cool recipe that I want to try out, or I'll find some really interesting political videos.
Like, I'm someone who, like, I do work and then I'll be like, okay, I need to like reward myself. Like, I need a break.
Right.
And I think like the first thing I go to obviously is my phone. So I definitely do feel like if I didn't have social media, like I would get my work done a lot faster.
It's benefited my life, I guess, in the way that it makes it easier to communicate with people and things like that, but it's a big time waster, so it's probably more of a negative effect, yeah.
When I first heard about it, I thought I really didn't think it would be that bad, because like, yes, I use social media a lot, but like, I didn't think I used it like more than the average person. And like, I was like, whatever, like as long as I can like text people, it's fine. Like, I'm like that really annoying person that like literally posts like everything on my private story, like literally no one asked, and it's just like me like ranting about like every single thought. So like that's gonna be kind of weird that like I have no, like if something happens, I'm gonna be like, wait, I need to like story about this, like I need to like send this to like this group chat, but then I'm gonna be like, oh, guess I'll just text them. Like, I don't know.
I am 99% sure I'll be able to complete this successfully. I don't really communicate with people over social media all that much. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty happy to be partaking in this challenge and that I want to get away from social media, because I just think it's such a stupid part of my daily routine that I don't need.
I think it'll just be weird, like, I don't know, it might be tough because like sometimes like when I wake up in the morning, I'll like, instinctively check it and like, I don't know, look at like things on Snapchat or Instagram, but I guess it's just gonna be weird like not doing it. Yeah.
Testing 1 2 3.
I'm just testing that this like records sound and stuff. Hello.
Hi. Okay, so this is day 1 of me putting my phone away. It's already dead, which is perfect since I won't be using it for the next 5 days. So I haven't been able to figure out, I'm supposed to put it in a box, but I haven't been able to figure out how to get the box open yet. So you just gotta trust me. How do I even open this?
I'll figure it out. 8:39 p.m. Monday, November 23rd. I am about to lock my phone inside of that time box. It's been a little more than an hour since I locked my phone away in the time box. I gave the time box to my sister and she hid it somewhere. So for the next 5 days, there's pretty much no way that I'm going to have access to my phone.
Alright, I'm putting my phone in this box. Here's my phone. Alright, it's locked, and I don't know if you can see, but the countdown has started.
Today was my first day without the phone or social media. I have to tell you that I felt a lot more productive, a lot more energetic. I won't lie, of course, I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't miss social media, but I think what's interesting is what about the social media I miss. It's not really like I miss a lot of certain posts or seeing a lot of, certain people post, or it's not like I really miss the memes, the funny memes or posts that I might find on Reddit, or the videos. For the most part, the videos that I found on YouTube. But for the most part, I kind of realized that it's not really the actual content that I miss for the most part, so much as I kind of miss the action of mindlessly scrolling through my social media feed or just randomly clicking on YouTube videos, and then I just don't remember what I even watched. So it's actually kind of terrifying to me that just scrolling and mindlessly clicking through
random videos and posts. It's become such an ingrained part of my daily routine.
And Justin is right. The action of mindlessly scrolling through media on your phone is coined by the term doom scrolling. This phenomenon existed before the COVID-19 pandemic, but with more people staying home this year, screen time has noticeably jumped as much as 62% among teenagers. This unhealthy habit breeds anxiety and depression, and more so among vulnerable teenagers.
I think it's been like 5 hours since I put my phone in the box, and it's been kind of weird, but it's been all right. I just like instinctively, like reach for my phone and it's not there. And a few times it's come up. I've tried to like look for something on YouTube, but then like I catch myself as I'm like, oh, I can't do that. Like I'm trying to look something up. I mean, I feel like it's kind of forced me to like actually do my work. It's harder to distract myself so far, but it feels like something's missing, you know?
Okay, so just an update on how it's been, I guess. Well, I do use a lot of social media, but honestly, it's been fine. But I think the reason it's been fine is because I can still like text people on my computer. And I think another thing is I really miss, already it's only been like a couple hours, but I really miss being on TikTok, because that's kind of how I would like do like between breaks or of doing my work and stuff. So I guess I just have to find something that I can entertain myself with other than that, which I haven't done for a really long time.
I don't really think that it's the social part of social media that I'm going to miss. I don't really communicate with people over text message or Instagram DMs. I know that's a rarity amongst my peers, but I don't. So the action of mindlessly scrolling and clicking through is what feels missing right now.
How did you connect with people when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, the only way we could connect with people was through personal interactions, phone calls, and basically seeing and visiting friends. And that, of course, limited us into just the area that we lived in. Because when you live in an area, you can only communicate, you can only socialize with people around your neighborhood, around your school, in your town. Well, it's kind of limiting you. Going outside of that circle basically is where we had to use the phones and different way of communicating with them. That made it harder to find new friends, communicate with people outside of your circle, and getting to know people outside of your city, hometown, or even countries. Flow of information, that's something that is fascinating to me. The fact that you can be aware of what's going on instantly all around you is very fascinating. That is something that was unbelievable when I was growing up. It's awesome that getting to know what's going on in Japan when you happen to be on this side of the planet in a matter of seconds. I think through social media, the information that comes across at times puts you in a position where you have to kind of compare yourself to other people. You basically have to constantly compete in life with people that you don't even know or you don't even met. So you're constantly fighting to be better and better at something that you don't know where the limit is. That kind of takes away some self-confidence in you as you grow up. You always feel like you're not at the best. There's always somebody better than you out there. And that adds up to this stress.
So far the second day without my phone's been going pretty well. I think it was a little weird the first day, just I would look for it, oh, I want to look something up on Instagram or YouTube or something like that. But today I haven't been noticing that, want to do things as much. So maybe it's because I've been doing homework and a lot of things like that, or maybe not having my phone is making me more productive. But yeah, it's been less weird, I would say, on the second day so far.
I just wanted to do an update because I just got this drawing done that I had to do for my art class that I couldn't get it done for the past couple weeks, and today I just sat down and did it. So I don't know if not having the phone really affected that, but maybe it did. Maybe. But we'll see how tomorrow goes.
Hello, people. This is my third day without my phone or any social media. I forgot to record pretty much anything on yesterday. Nothing really interesting happened. I got a haircut, which is nice. I've just come back from tennis practice. A hell of a practice. It's 3 hours, but pretty intense 3 hours. I'm feeling it right now. I'm pretty tired. I will say that I still haven't thought about social media that much. Not even YouTube, which is the most surprising thing, because I thought I'd miss YouTube videos a lot more than I am right now. But I'll take that as a win. That's nice.
The other day before this like challenge started, I was listening to this podcast with this musician, Phoebe Bridgers, and she was saying something about like they were talking about creativity or something. They were saying the phone is just like the thing that like drains your time and is like the least productive. And I guess in a weird way I'm starting to feel that, or it's just like time passes more slowly, but like kind of in a good way. Just like I won't like go on my phone and just like stare at Snapchat for like 30 minutes and then look up and it's like, oh, it's dark or something.
It's currently 8:30. I had a lot of work today, so I haven't really been on my phone, but it is really hard because every time I want to take a break from working, I just want to go on TikTok or Snapchat or Instagram or like social media. So I've just been watching Netflix. I don't know if that's allowed. Is that allowed? I hope that's allowed, or else I wouldn't be able to survive. Anyway, so I've been watching a lot of Netflix instead of trying to go on social media, but it's getting a little difficult.
This just sort of popped into my head in the shower. This conversation I had, especially with my friend's dad, this one left a pretty big impression on me. We talked about his childhood as a Mexican growing up in 80s, 90s, East LA. And he was telling me about his cousin who he witnessed playing in the street, and then, as he said, all of a sudden some guys came out of nowhere and just started beating him up. But I think more importantly, how that might relate to, the purpose of this entire project is that after he told me that very, very touching story about how he does not want his daughter to have to witness such a terrible thing, it kind of made me realize, for all that might be wrong in my world, for all that might suck, all the homework assignments, the tough tennis training, the soreness in my muscles, it's just not that bad. It's not that bad. And I realized, you know what? If I relate this to my parents, thank goodness I don't have to live under the military dictatorships of Park Chung-hee and Chun Do-hwan in the 70s and 80s Korea like my parents did. And the reason I bring this up is because I'm just not sure I would have been able to have such an important discussion had I been scrolling through Instagram or Reddit or YouTube. Maybe I would have found something that I would have laughed at for 5-10 seconds and probably moved on. And then that post probably would have disappeared from my mind within the next hour. But the conversation that I had with my friend's dad today, again, I think it's going to leave a very lasting impression, not just a day-long impression, probably not even just a year-long impression. I really do think it's going to leave a lasting impression.
To get another opinion, we asked Dr. TJ Weber, professor of marketing at Cal Poly. He graduated from Northern Michigan University and received his PhD from Washington State in 2017.
I'm TJ Weber. I'm the Richard and Julie Hood Assistant Professor of Marketing at Cal Poly. I think the advantages of it for younger people is that it provides kind of a new skill set that they can have when they go in the marketplace, right? So a lot of our students here are getting pushed into roles in like analytics, and it's not necessarily that they're great data analysis, it's that they understand the context of the data better than older people, right? So they understand what it means to get a like on Instagram or Twitter or something like that. And it also provides a way of people to keep in contact with people further away, like my family back in Michigan, especially during COVID when it's difficult to communicate with people. I mean, the big negative thing is that it allows everyone to have a voice. And so that can be a really good thing, right? So Greta Thunberg might be a good example of someone who would not have a voice in prior ages. But there's a ton of other people that, at least in my view, probably shouldn't have a voice online, or like should be removed. Like if you look at the people involved with QAnon, which I already mentioned, and a lot of the other conspiracy theories that have gained traction in the last 2, 3, 4 years, that's a serious impediment to our future. I got off Facebook probably 5 years ago. I found that I was arguing with relatives about politics a lot. I come from a Catholic family in the upper Midwest, and it wasn't doing much for our family. It wasn't doing much for me. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like I realized at some point I'm never going to convince these people. Facebook is so unregulated too, and the things, if you look at the things that happen on there and what they do and do not take off, and some of the biases they have politically on that site are crazy. Twitter is sort of the mirror to that in some ways. I think the audience is probably younger, more affluent, more liberal. And so, but Twitter, again, it's just like there's so much hate speech and stuff on there. It's like a really miserable place to be.
Hey, okay, so I kind of forgot to vlog yesterday because I was not home and I felt kind of weird about vlogging in front of other people, but it went bad. I will say it went bad. I don't know, technically I don't know if this is cheating, but I have to be honest, I did log on to Snapchat on my friend's phone to check my notifications. I did it. I just couldn't do it. Everyone was on their social medias and I had to. So I'm feeling kind of sad about that. But today's Thanksgiving. I think today's the last day. No, it's not. I think tomorrow is the last day. So today I'm really gonna try to get through it.
Hello, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I have just eaten a fantastic Thanksgiving dinner my parents cooked. It's super good. Had some Korean barbecue, had a bit of turkey, had a bit of mashed potato, had some japchae. Yeah, so today's my 4th day without my phone or any social media. I really did not think about social media that much today, or at all, to be honest with you. Yeah, that was not even close to the forefront of my mind. My mom asked me, hey, isn't it super hard to be without your phone? I said, not at all. And I think that's probably more of a personal thing. Probably even after this experiment is over, I'll probably be taking some time off of social media. Or at least stuff like Instagram or Reddit. It's not for me.
Well, what would make a good site to me? Like what would create, and I don't think there is anything that I'd come up with that would make a good site, because at the end of the day, we're just like a messy species of people that are all sort of lost, and we get online and just whatever we're thinking. And I think you can change the medium through which that, whether it's pictures or job updates, you can kind of change the medium through which that's communicated. And I'm not sure how you get rid of the messy human part of it, which is also, I guess, the biggest selling point.
In the last few days, I really haven't missed my phone that much. I haven't really missed social media, especially, and I've been pretty productive. I haven't been distracted, and I've gotten a lot of work done. It's been good, and yeah, I haven't really missed it that much. Those feelings of boredom in the first few days, haven't really happened as much anymore.
Tomorrow is my last day. Today went okay, just because I knew that I was gonna have it tomorrow. But what I did notice is that how short my attention span has gotten since I'm on my phone all the time with working. I immediately, because every time I'm working, every time there's a notification, it's a really bad habit, but I always look. So that's what I noticed. I just kept looking every 30 minutes.
The phone's supposed to open in about an hour or so should be interesting. I'm not really missing it that much so far.
Good afternoon, everyone.
My phone has been sitting in there for, well, actually over 120 hours now. It opened up in the morning, but I went to a tennis match, so I couldn't be here to open it when it opened.
The box just opened. Here we go. And taking my phone. It feels weird to hold a phone again. I don't know. Oh my god, it really does. I haven't had it. Normally I have it in my hand. It feels like weirdly like thin or something. So this is the first time I've had my phone in 5 days. Yeah. Here we go. Here's the box. I made it without breaking it, so.
Today, like, I've realized, like, during this whole process, kind of like the relationship that I have with my phone. Like, I'm so much more dependent on it than I thought, and like how much I rely on social media for communication. And like, I realized like I don't have so many people's numbers that I talk to on a regular basis. Like, I only have their Snapchats, so I could I had to like figure out their numbers in order to contact them and stuff. So that's one thing I noticed. And another thing I noticed was that I have a lot more time when I'm not on social media. Like, I found that when I'm doing my work, like, I'm always going on social media like in between, and it like slows me down. So I found that I had a lot of work. So I'm really glad I did this challenge because it made me a lot more aware of it, and now I know maybe I should just put my phone away when I'm working.
Alright, so final thoughts. I've just opened up my phone again. I missed a few text messages here and there, but nothing super important. Social media is social media. I mean, I don't really feel about it one way or another again. Yeah, so this is a pretty fun experiment, and hopefully I'm able to reduce my social media usage in the future after seeing the effects of no social media. Yeah, alright. Thank you.